How to say no to a wedding performance without being the bad guy. Reminder that I am not OOP. OOP is you, throwaweddingal. Trigger warnings. Manipulative family. Bullying. Less than. Mood warnings. Satisfying. Ultimately wholesome. How to say no to a wedding performance without being the bad guy. November 17, 2022. Me, 26F, and my husband, J, 28 meters, are getting married November 30th. Jay has two sisters, Mary, 25F, and Regina, 35F. Both sisters have a husband and daughter. Mary approached us 4 months ago and asked if her daughter Katie, 5, could perform a song for us. Katie is a very sweet girl and me and Jay adore her. Mary said Katie had went to her music teacher and asked to help her sing so she could sing at our wedding, but Mary wanted our permission first. Jay and I said yes and are very excited to hear her perform. Apparently, Regina caught wind of this and basically told us that her daughter Emma, 10, is also performing a stand-up comedy act. Now, Emma is a very nice girl too, but can sometimes be a lot. She has no filter and will do whatever she wants. Regina kinda enables this behavior. She was diagnosed with ADHD, which is okay. I have it too. But her and her mom use it as an excuse to her poor behavior. For example, the other day I had told Emma to stop climbing on the furniture while we were all watching TV. Emma screamed in my face, "I have ADHD, you can't tell me what to do." I looked at Regina and she just shrugged. Jay and I were very wary when Regina told us this and asked what this comedy show entailed. She basically told us that it was a surprise and that we would love it. This was Monday. Last night Jay got a text from Mary. She had sent him a video that Regina had sent to her saying, "Little preview of the act Tears of Joy." The video was of Emma practicing her routine, saying very inappropriate stuff that shouldn't be said at a wedding, let alone by your 10-year-old niece. The video ended as she was saying, "Congrats Ellen Mouse." Quote, backstory. Jay and I have known each other since kindergarten. We had been friends our entire lives before heading off to college. Growing up, I was always on the bigger side. Jay, however, was a late bloomer. Senior year he was only 5 feet 0 and like 100 pounds. I had been 5 feet 5 since 8th grade and a lot more than 100 pounds, when I went with him to his family's house as an official couple for dinner. Regina said, "Wow, I can't believe the elephant and the mouse finally got together." She laughed and explained that Jay came home from school one day and told his family that he was going to marry me one day. She saw me at an event a few days later and thought it was funny that a little mouse like her brother would like an elephant of a girl like me. Her parents along with her siblings told her to knock it off, and that was the last time she ever said something like that. Hearing Emma say that in the video made Jay and I freeze. We had a feeling that a lot of the comedy act was actually Regina feeding Emma these jokes to pull something at our wedding. Jay and I are still really upset and do not know what to do. On one hand, we do not want this comedy act going on at our wedding. On the other hand, we don't want to be seen as the bad guys for not letting a 10-year-old do something while letting our other niece perform. Jay and I ended up texted Regina letting her know we do want Emma to perform her skit. Since last night we have gotten non-stop texts from Regina saying that we're ruining her daughter's life and being mean by letting another child perform but not letting hers. I don't know what to do. I just don't want her to stir up drama and make us the bad guys at our own wedding. Update for not letting my niece perform at my wedding November 27, 2022. Hello everyone. I am not sure if this is allowed, but I wanted to just give an update for anyone that was following along with all of this crazy stuff. First and foremost, Thank you to everyone who has given me advice and support in your comments and DMs, Jay, and I deeply appreciate it. I was not expecting a lot of people to even read this, let alone care enough to respond, so thank you all so much. Also, I wanted to answer some questions some of you had before I give an update. 1. Jay. A lot of people were telling me that this was Jay's responsibility since it's his sister. When this all went down, Jay was ready to scorch earth. He was already drafting an email calling his sister out and sending an email to his family telling them what happened and that she was not going to be invited. I was the one who wanted to wait until we had a plan and eliminate all what ifs. I think Jay is a lot more upset than I am. Which is a lot. Jay agreed with writing this on here to gain a little advice from outside sources. Just wanted to clear this up and let everyone know he was just as much involved in this situation too. Mary. Someone asked what was Mary's part in this. Did she send the video maliciously? Did she instigate this whole situation? The short answer is no. She sent that video to us and called us right after. She has always defended me and shut all of Regina's things down right away. She responded to Regina saying that whatever game she is trying to play will not work and she will tell everybody all the things Regina has pulled if she didn't grow up. We had spoken to Mary and she told us it was okay to tell Regina that she sent the video to us. Point 3. A lot of people were saying the obvious. It's your wedding. Don't let her perform, which I know. Obviously, I decided Emma will not be performing. However, I want to eliminate the chance for anything else Regina might want to pull. I've known her long enough to know that she will one way or another do something to knock me down or turn the spotlight on her, which a lot of you pointed out. I also came on her for some help because I don't want to spend my entire wedding looking over my shoulder and always on the defense in case she tried to do something, which a lot of you pointed out was inevitable. So many of you helped me realize that what I was thinking didn't make me the bad guy. It's my day. So thank you everyone again. On to the update. 2 days after I posted, Jay and I called Regina on his phone. I used my phone. Not sure if it's illegal. Just so we had proof of anything she would say that she could lie about in the future. Jay decided to take the lead in case she tried to act like this was all me. He wanted to make sure she knew this was his decision too. The conversation went like this. Paraphrasing here, but this is the gist. Jay, Regina, throw a wedding and I decided it would not be appropriate for Emma to perform at our wedding. Regina, no, Katie's performing so that's not fair. Jay, Katie is singing a 45-second song that is meaningful to Throw Wedding and me. Emma performing a comedy is not appropriate for our wedding. She can perform at family dinner the night before or she can privately perform for just the two of us, but we do not want a comedy act at the reception. Regina, no, she wants to perform in front of people. If Katie is, then Emma should too. Jay, okay, Katie will perform for just the two of us then so it's fair. Regina, well she still wants to perform in front of people. Jay, it's not her day. You do realize no one performs stand-up at a wedding, right? She's 10. She'll get over it. Regine, how dare you? Me, Regina, you never told us what Emma will be saying. You said it's a surprise, but Mary told us what Katie will be doing beforehand and that's why we agreed. We have a problem letting Emma do this, especially since we do not know what she will be doing. This received a fist bump from Jay. Lol. Regina, it's a surprise. It's funny. It's harmless. Jay, it's our wedding. Emma will not be getting a mic for her to spew rude comments towards my wife for you to laugh. Regina, I have no idea what you're talking about. Jay, you do know what I am talking about and it's childish that you're lying about it. Emma is not a vessel for your poor comments. She will not be performing at our wedding. If you try anything, you will be removed from our wedding. Regina, you can't do that. She's 10. She has a medical condition. Throraweddingal, you're being a bridezilla. Jay, I am the one speaking. This is a mutual choice. Emma is old enough to know that what she is saying is mean. You're old enough to know that you should NT live vicariously through your daughter's childish behavior. I need to hear you say that Emma is not performing, and if something happens you will be removed. Regina, fine. We decided to end the conversation after we got on tape Regina repeating what Jay said. We haven't spoke to her since. A little while later Mary sent a screenshot of Regina calling her all sorts of names for ratting her out and ruining her day. She didn't respond but took pictures just in case. We called Jay's parents and my family to catch them up with what's been going on. Jay's parents were horrified and said that if Regina told any family and they came to them, they would tell them the truth. My family agrees too. I also didn't mention this, but our DJ, Mick, is Jay's friend from college. Jay called DJ. Yes, that's also his name, lol. After we spoke to Regina and told him the gist and to keep the microphone with him at all times and not let them get a chase of any speeches or anything, DJ told us not to worry and that he will keep the attention on us the whole time. So things were pretty smooth since then. Last night, however, I got a text from Emma. She has an iPad that she texts from. And guess what it was? A single elephant emoji. I will admit, I did cry. I honestly felt like this was over and things were fine, but this felt like a bucket of water dumped on me. Jay texted back to Emma. This is Uncle Jay. What you are doing is not nice. I think you know that what you are doing is mean to your aunt and we do not like it. We love you, Emma, but we will not let you be mean to us even if it is a joke. And Regina, if this is you, stop. We ended spending the night watching movies and just cooling off from all of this. Anyways, that was the small update. We get married in 3 days, so I will update if anything happens. Thanks again for everything. Sorry for any typos. I am just tired. Edit. Gosh, y'all are so sweet. Everyone's support and advice is amazing. I will definitely update after Wednesday either on my profile or if I can update again here I will. Final update. Not letting my niece perform at my wedding December 5th, 2022. Hello everyone. First, thank you all of your advice, support, and funny comments during this time. IDK if this is weird, but I feel like all of y'all are like my new friend lol. I am married y'all. Everything was perfect. I am officially stuck with my best friend and I couldn't be happier. We decided to change some things from I guess a traditional wedding because we wanted some things to just be for us. For example, instead of a first look, we spent the morning getting ready together, which was perfect. We also did our vows together by ourselves in a separate area at our venue. I had always wanted a vineyard wedding, so to be able to walk the area while reading our vows together was a dream. Onto the update. Might be pretty long, so I'm sorry in advance. Everyone's comments gave me and Jay the final push. First we sat down our immediate family and told them Regina and Emma were not coming. They were upset that Regina had to act this way and in a way is punishing herself, even though she doesn't see it that way. They understood and told us not to worry. They will be, lookout. Kind of funny imagining my 5'2" mom become a tough bouncer, but I appreciate it lol. Jay and I also took some people's advice by letting guests, extended family know our decision before Regina, just in case she went to people they would already know. We sent an large group email out to our family and guests. I know y'all want to know, so I copied and pasted the bulk of it. Hello friends and family. We are so excited to be celebrating with you all on our special day. We cannot wait to see you all and have you share this time with us. We have a small announcement that we ask you all to read and respect. Over this past week, we have decided not to invite Jay's sister and niece, Regina and Emma. Though this decision will cause some different reactions to many, we have decided to put our day and ourselves as priority. Over the years, Regina has made rude comments towards Throraweddingal that we have normally taken the higher road and brushed off. However, it has come to our attention that both Regina and Emma have tasked themselves with bringing these comments to the wedding in front of everyone. Having everyone's attention be taken by bullying on our day is something we will not have. Though some of you may not agree, we ask you all to respect our decision. Both are old enough to know right from wrong, mean from nice. If this is something you do not agree with, that's fine. It is our day. We will not be changing our minds. We cannot wait to see you all so very soon. Quote, surprisingly, we were met with pretty positive reactions. I'd say maybe 95% of our guests were on board with the email. Many of Jay's family sent me private texts apologizing on her behalf and letting me know that they would be there. The other 5% reached out to Jay and I disagreeing with our choice. I think Regina had told these people, made up things, about Emma, her ADHD. Regina in general. They were saying we were just as bad as them for doing this to a 10-year-old girl who's been bullied and a mother whose husband doesn't care about them and all of that. We just responded saying everyone is entitled to their opinion but it will not change our decision. And if they didn't agree, they are not being forced to come. Jay had actually sent the email and those guests' responses to Regina's husband too. He was actually very upset for us. He was upset that Regina was saying stuff about Emma that wasn't true and acting as if he didn't care for his family. I mentioned in a comment that he originally wasn't going as he had work but told us his trip is 10 minutes away from the venue and if anything happened, he will handle them. Then, we moved on to telling Regina. We sent her the following text. Regarding our phone call and yours and your daughter's blatant disregard for our feelings, you and Emma will not be coming to our wedding. This decision was made because of your rude comment and you pushing this bullying on your daughter. We will not have you both ruining our day. This is not up for discussion nor compromise. She read it but did not respond. For extra measures we sent the same text to Emma but different vocab for a 10-year-old. Same with her. The night before the wedding, me, Jay, his parents and siblings, and my mom and siblings had a small dinner at the venue. This is where we offered Emma to do her act. Regina and her clan did not show up but that was probably for the good. Having everyone on board with the wedding and reassuring nothing was going to happen made everything so much better and stress-free. Finally, our wedding day arrived. It was amazing. Having all of our friends and family there was a dream. I even danced. I am not a dancer but thought what the hell and it was so fun. Katie was able to sing in front of everyone and it was amazing. Me and Jay both cried. No one spoke about Regina for most of the night aside from a few people pulling me aside and apologizing for her, asking if I was okay. Around the time after dinner and before dessert, you'll never guess who showed up. We had known before we physically saw her as our videographer told us as soon as she saw them walking up to the dinner area, so at least I had a little time to prepare. I started to feel sick and felt like the day was ruined but then realized that this was my day. I felt secure enough to know that our friends, family, DJ, venue staff all had our backs and if there was a scene, the only person Regina would embarrass is herself. I finally realized that I was stressing so much leading up to the wedding but at that moment, I realized I couldn't care less of what was going on. No one was going to ruin our day. And I admit that made me feel badass. We had enlisted help from a bouncer, aka a family friend of mine who is around 6 feet 5 and over 300 pounds. He is a total teddy bear but obviously can look like he could kill you. He walked up to them and told them to leave. This was met with her raising her voice and saying things like, "No. I was invited. My daughter is performing. We scheduled a performance, obviously." None of that is true and my friend wouldn't budge. She and Emma started trying to make a scene. There was shouting, trying to grab decorations, stomping, all of that. I mean, trying, because no one who was there paid them any attention. Like no one even looked at them. Thanks to everyone who recommended sending a mass email out to everyone beforehand. They even started singing along to the DJ's songs like really loudly like they were at a concert. Thankfully, every time they started singing along, our DJ would very smoothly change it to a different song and eventually, Regina and Emma could keep up with it. Then they started shouting things like, "Happy Wedding Day. I have a speech, we have an announcement." Note, our venue was outdoors, so even though they weren't inside the gated venue, they were still in earshot. But still, no one paid any attention to them and everyone acted like they just didn't exist, which I could tell was getting to them. I didn't find out until after the fact, but while this was going on, Mary called Regina's husband and told him what was happening. He showed up, was not the happiest. I have never seen this side of him, but he was like a man that reached his limit. I didn't see it, but he apparently walked up to Regina and said, "We're leaving now," handed Mary a card from him and very directly forced them to his car. At this point, I think Regina realized that the attention she wanted wasn't coming, so she left with a huff. So that's it. I am sorry if people were looking for a big, dramatic thing. I think everything worked itself out. She essentially dug her own grave. I am so thankful how amazing our family and friends were. Even after she left, no one brought it up. The night ended so beautifully and I could not imagine anything better. We're on our honeymoon in Greece right now. Jay's mom called us yesterday to check in and said that all of the extending family and friends have almost blocked Regina out of their lives and no one has really heard from her since. His mom thinks she is radio silent so she can lick her wounds in private, but if something happens, she is not going to tell us until we're home so we can enjoy the rest of our trip. So this sold be the last update for now. Thank you everyone for all of your help, advice, stories, and funny jokes. Thank you for becoming my friends for a day and helping me with one of the best times of my life. Added note, hello. This is Jay, aka the husband of my lovely girl. I had a little bit of FOMO from all of this discussion and seeing my wife smile and laugh at all of your comments made me want to hop on here. Thank you to everyone who gave my wife. Feels weird saying that but so right at the same time. Advice and pick-me-ups. She is always the advice giver and the person people go to with their problems, so seeing her being able to be on the receiving end with random people who took time out of their day to help her is really appreciated. I have been planning our wedding since 8th grade and I could not be happier with how it turned out. Even if we had some drama along the way. We are on our honeymoon, but she wanted to update everyone who joined along the way. So thank you internet people for putting a smile of my wife's face. I got it from here, smiley face. Poor Emma. That's going to be one of the memories that keeps her awake at night. I seriously dislike parents who use their kids like her mother tried to do. Fuck you, Regina. Next update, Regina and her husband separated and he has full custody, crossed fingers, light skin tone. I am both thrilled that they had a great time and wish them all the best. And I'm waiting for the update a decade from now where Emma either realizes that her mom enabled her to the point of dysfunction, or is facing consequences much more severe than not being allowed at a family wedding. ADHD is not an excuse or justification to be an asshole. I have definitely said or did things without a filter. And God knows I have annoyed friends and family in no small part because of my ADHD. But it doesn't make me an asshole. That is 100% on me. Emma will learn either now or years later. It's wonderful to read that Regina's parents and husband aren't tolerating her behavior. I'm just sorry that she's such a lousy parent to put her daughter through all that. Wonder how many years until Emma realizes her mother is an awful person and totally screwed her over raising her this way. It's hard enough having ADHD. Layering horrible parenting over it just makes it so much worse. I am a woman who has been heavier than a few guys I've dated. And it's a huge insecurity of mine. What a mean person. I hope Rachel's husband divorces her ass and gets full custody of Emma so that he can get that poor child to a therapist. She's going to need it after that gross, humiliating display. Sorry it wasn't a more dramatic update. This was gold. Oop and her new husband handled this so well. Their shiny metal spines should be admired. I hope they have a lifetime of happiness together. They seem like a great couple who has each other's back. Oop and her husband are so sweet, I fear they may give me cavities. Just wanted to say, Mary and Regina, someone is a fan of Once Upon a Time, smiling face. I would have just said only singing performances are allowed. But based on the update, Regina was so crazy it would not have worked. Hey up, is the mood warning supposed to be without a spoiler tag? Regina's husband needs to reflect on his own life choices. He needs to divorce her and get custody of that child ASAP. Dang it, I had already seen this update here. I thought there was more coming. Rip Emma's chance to have a normal, healthy childhood. The messages sent to the family were of great fineness. So eloquent, to the point and nice. I looked at Regina's age about 10x while reading this cause I couldn't believe she was an adult. I feel bad for Emma. Her family essentially rejected her because of her mother's actions. Young children are not culpable in the way that adults are. Wanna bet Regina turns up at their house, blaming them for fact family wants nothing to do with her.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.